Now here, I would like to first draw the attention of the government in regard to the usual commitment of the state to ensure transparency and accountability, the most important part in democracy. Because we all here represent the people, and we are privileged to really take the whole responsibility of affairs of governance. Affairs of governance by the ruling side, and to take our responsibilities and perform effectively as opposition to really look at the effectivity or lack of it in terms of governance, efficiency or lack of it in terms of governance, deficiency or otherwise of the governance, and the perceived, felt deficiencies and the gaps which require to be addressed by the government of the day. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, sir, here when we talk about the effective mechanisms to ensure this transparency and accountability, there are a number of initiatives that the states have embarked upon, including Government of India, with various laws. And therefore, to create that enabling environment, the focus has to be there, and to also indicate that these are all reflected in the governor's address itself, but they are missing. To effectively strengthen various institutions that has been put in place, to ensure the kind of enabling environment for creating, ensuring transparency and effective implementation of various programs. We have the social auditing system, which need to be further strengthened. We have the report today tabled by the Honorable Chief Minister pertaining to this, and we have the Lok Ayukta, and we have a number of other laws which regulate our manner of implementation of programs. Now here, if we look at the submissions made by our honorable members from the three branches, I understand that they have reasons to definitely give accolades to the government for various initiatives. But at the same time, as far as the ground reality is concerned, it is also necessary to flag before the government areas of deficiency and perceived omission and commission at the time of implementation of the program. Now, there are a number of deficiencies which ultimately have its cumulative effect in the whole affairs of governance. I would like to just, lest I forget, refer to my own experience and the experiences of all the people of in the western part of the state, recently when ABDK Soba was hosted, the traffic, though the venue was just on the sides of the National Highway 51, we had a serious problem. I tried to find out, because there was some tendency to pass on the honors of responsibility to the steering committee and the organizers, but the fact is that government has always, in such huge gathering, taken the responsibility, whether it is Government of India or state government, it's a responsibility of the government and the state. Now we try to understand why was it? It is because of the huge vacancy in the police department. No other reason. The police could not provide more than 200 men to host such a crucial event where the footfalls were completely unexpected. Therefore, this whole vacancy which is being left and the whole process of recruitment, if we go by Meghalaya Police Act 2010, the law says that result will be declared on a daily basis. I repeat, the result will be declared on a daily basis. What prevents this government from adhering to the mandate of the law? Therefore, unnecessary delay, depriving the young men and women who have applied for the job. How many years it has passed from the time of advertisement for recruitment till now? And we still say in the process of filling up. That's unacceptable. It's a deprivation of our youth from getting a job who are waiting so patiently and eagerly to be part of this whole organization, which is so crucial in the whole governance. Now, if we go by other things, I have put number of unanswered questions to look at, number of FIRs lodged in respective police stations across the state. And the reply, if we go by how many cases so registered in terms of investigation and complete investigations have been completed, the replies are reflective of deficiency in the police. I tried to find out also. I talked to the concerned authorities, the officers. The reply is that, sir, we have huge vacancies, both in armed branches and unarmed branches. Now, for whose interest these vacancies are being left? Mr. Chairman, sir, I will describe this whole modus operandi as an malified, predetermined intent of the government to withhold the quantum of fund which otherwise would have gone in paying the salaries if appointments were met and opportunities given to all those job seekers. This is completely against the provision of the Meghalaya Police Act 2010 and also against the interests of our commitment to provide the opportunities to our youth. And we must remember that police is the only organization which provides the kind of job for all those youth who are school dropouts, who are college dropouts. The rest, we don't have the space. Therefore, I would like to urge upon the government to take a corrective recourse. Be honest in what we say. Walk the talk. Mr. Chairman, sir, these are crucial issues. And at the same time, what does it say? In Para 7, during the last year, the second line, during the last year, the overall law and order situation in the state has remained peaceful. I beg to differ. It is right in front of our eyes what's happening. What has happened in West Garo Hills and what is still happening. The whole kinds of, I must say, a kind of situation where various other forces are getting involved in creating that kind of tension between communities. It is a fact. We cannot run away from the truth. These challenges may confront us anytime, whether it is a problem along the interstate border in Assam and Meghalaya. The police doesn't have enough manpower. That is the reply. We talk to them, we ring them up, that is the reply that comes all across. And we have to remember that we have such a long international, which is referred to as porous international border with Bangladesh, which at the present is not in a very friendly kind of relationship with the country. And the whole challenge of other geopolitical related whatever problems we as frontier states face. This whole Northeast is considered as the most vulnerable area. That is the reason why Government of India has separate law, restricted area permit for visitors coming from other foreign countries. Today, therefore, the need to ensure that every vacancy is filled up with utmost sense of necessity, understanding the importance of this organization. Why did we establish the SF-10, the Special Force 10? Was it not necessary? It was necessary, and precisely because of what we did, therefore we could restore the peace. That's why today in the western part there is no militancy, no terrorists. But today it is a fact that quite a number of youth have been seen, unidentified people moving around with arms in Garo Hills, in West Khasi Hills, in Southwest Khasi Hills. These are facts. We must nip it in the bud. Prevention is better than cure. A deterrence. We seem to have lost priorities. So where is the issue of not having this challenge in respect of the law and order situation in the state? We have a serious problem of law and order situation, be it in the traffic management. Traffic management. We are hiring and firing those volunteers who have been trained by the civil defense and home guards. Why don't we fill up these posts through a regular recruitment? Don't we want to give jobs for our youth who are waiting so eagerly. And even this recruitment process for temporary posts, they recruit, then they lay off, and again they recruit. Children sometimes are confused. Who will explain to them? Therefore, this should be taken cognizance of by the government of the day. It is a fact. Then at the same time, the areas of concern are many though, but then these are not reflected. We talk about the huge investment which reflect the GSDP, 59,625 crore for the financial year at current price. Mr. Chairman, sir, when will this benefit percolate down to people so that people will have money in their hand? The common man, the poor, the have-nots, all across the state. If you want to know whether people have that money out of this, it is reflected when we talk to the shopkeepers. The sale proceeds on a daily basis, on a regular basis. Compare it with the preceding decade and now. Many shops are closing down. Many contractors are actually giving up being a contractor. Because out of this investment money, what is happening is that there's a flight of capital. Flight of capital, why? Because these huge quantum of works are being awarded to so-called corporate houses, the companies coming from outside.